thought that we could become someone else's hero. Man, we were just in the food court eating our heroes. Yesterday, that's the way. Every single morning I try to pray. Grown home and them, they never forgot. Nothing else really mean nothing to me. I ain't studying me. Talking to me. Girl, when you up for me. Move on, ain't nothing to see. Always on the song, I'm the wrong, off the rip. Calling him, all of them will remember. But the men, that they fell in love with rap. Black like having your cousin back. Blue like when that rain is blue. Green like when I'm laughing.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bellingham, Washington and Viking Field for today's GNAC doubleheader between the Concordia Cavaliers and your Western Washington Vikings. Today is Senior Day, where we'll honor the 4 Vikings that have given their heart to this program since 2015. But before we introduce the Vikings Fantastic Four, we would like to salute the 6 seniors from Concordia that are making their final trip to Bellingham. They are Tori O'Neill, Tenley Petty, Courtney Summers, Allie Steen, Mackenzie Smith, and Jessica Lamborn. Thank you for all your dedication as a student athlete and for representing your school and the GNAC in such a positive manner. Good luck the rest of the season and in all of your future endeavors. And now we celebrate this special class of Western Washington University student athletes that are playing their final home game, and we stress, only their final home game today at Viking Field. This group of seniors will go down as one of the best classes in program history, setting records at the plate and in the circle, and they were instrumental in leading the program to its first NCAA tournament victory in 2017. But there is so much more than wins, the home runs, the pitching wins, the double plays, the doubles, the triples, the extra base hits. This group has meant to this program more than we could ever explain in a pregame ceremony. They have battled adversity with courage, and each have left a lasting legacy on this program that will be felt forever. And we will now introduce our seniors with friends and family coming down the field to celebrate this special moment. The first senior that we'll honor is shortstop Kylie Richards out of Kamiakin High School in Kennewick, Washington. Kylie has appeared in 118 games, making 90 starts as a Viking, and entered today's contest as a near-career 300 hitter. A slick fielding shortstop and a clutch hitter, Kylie is going to be ending her career with a bang, batting over 300 this season with 7 doubles, 4 home runs, and 28 RBI. Whether it be a diving stop up the middle, a clutch hit with 2 outs, multi-home run game, or a grand slam, you've done it all, and you've done it all well, Kylie. You came back stronger than ever from a knee injury last season, and we could not be prouder of you. Please welcome to the field, number 11, Kylie Richards and her family. Our next senior is pitcher and third baseman Sharina Labasan out of Maryville High School in Miliani, Hawaii. Sharina came to us as a highly touted flame-throwing pitcher and has been every bit of that and a lot more. One of the best two-way players in program history, Sharina lines the WW record book in several hitting and pitching categories, batting over 350 in her career and one of the top winningest pitchers in program histories. And the way you have battled back from an early season injury this year to your knee is amazing. And not a surprise to those that know what a bad girl you really are. Please welcome to the field, number 15, Sharina Labasan. The next senior we'll honor is McKinley Sullivan. A utility player, a team leader, a pitcher, and just about everything else out of Everett's Cascade High School. It will be awfully difficult to describe the career that McKinley has had as a Viking, but she will end it as one of the best two-way players in program history, one of the winningest pitchers in GNAC history, and the top winning pitcher in Western Washington University history. She will have the most appearances of a pitcher, the most games started, and most innings pitched. And she has more GNAC Player of the Week honors than any other Viking in program history. As good as she is in the circle, McKinley has been equally impressive at the plate with 63 career extra base hits, 121 RBI, and a batting average over 330. A fierce competitor in every facet of the game, you are a special player and one that will go down as one of the best to ever wear the Viking blue. Please welcome to the field, number 22, McKinley Sullivan and her friends and family. And now we honor our final senior, first baseman, number 24, Emily Benson. In the 27 years of Western Washington University softball, there has not been a better offensive player than Emily. There may not be one ever in the history of the GNAC. The West Richland native has hit for power, has hit for average, has been an on-base machine, and is a great fielding first baseman. Beyond the 45 career home runs, the over 200 hits, and 80 extra base hits, The 182 games played, you have been a team leader, and we are so happy that you would get to experience this senior day with Sharina, Kylie, and McKinley. Thank you for your leadership, your home run trots, your smile. You are a legend now, and we look forward to seeing your number 21, 24 on the outfield wall on Viking Field down the road. Please welcome to the field number 24, Emily Benson and her family. Let's give one more round of applause for this special senior class for all they have done for the program, not just on the field, but off the field, as leaders, mentors, great student athletes, and representatives of Western Washington University. And don't forget, there's a lot more softball to be played. We would like now to have all the seniors put their nice little frames down and line up to catch the ceremonial first pitch from one of their family members. We will then go into starting lineups, but first let's throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Let's get this senior day started with a couple of strikes out there. All right, on the count of three. Fire away. 1, 2, 3. All right, we can do a 3 for 4 there. Thanks again, seniors, for everything you've done on and off the field. Good luck to both teams today. And now we'll go right into the starting lineups. First, the Concordia Cavaliers, who enter today's doubleheader with a 24-19 record. They are 14-8 in GNAC play. First, the non-starters in numerical order. Number 2, Elena Cook. Number 3, Kayla Longergeist. Number 9, Abby Dalton. Number 10, Kenley Petty. Number 16, Allie Hancock. Number 17, Courtney Summers. And number 22, Allie Steen. And now the starting lineup for the Cavaliers, as announced by head coach Shelly Whitaker. Leading off and playing right field, number 5, Peyton Willoughby. Batting second and playing designated player, number 24, Mackenzie Smith. Hitting third and at second base, number 12, Carly Yoshikoka. Batting cleanup and playing left field, number 28, Hannah Self. Hitting fifth and today's first baseman, number 11, Marissa Stockton. Batting sixth and playing catcher, number 27, Mariah Peterson. Hitting seventh and playing center field, number 18, Linda Jareer. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 20, Chelsea Sly. And batting ninth and playing shortstop, number 6, Tori O'Neill. In the flex position in pitching, number 8 is Sally Olds. The Cavaliers are assisted by Andrew Macias and Jessica Lamborn. And now the starting lineup for your Western Washington Vikings with a record of 25-14 overall and 14-8 in GNAC play. First, the non-starters in numerical order. Number 3, Kylisa Hull. Number 4, Sam Silver. Number 7, Ciara Ortiz. Number 10, Hannah Matthews. Number 13, Erica Hardy. Number 14, Tamia Harana. Number 17, Sierra Tibbetts. Number 18, Riley Wales. Number 19, Sam Matolo. Number 32, Selly Ahorele. And number 44, Brooke Fesenbeck. And here is the starting lineup for the Vikings. Leading off and playing third base, number 15, Sharina Lamasan. Batting second and pitching, number 22, McKinley Syllable. Hitting third and playing first base, number 24, Emily Benson. Batting cleanup and at shortstop, number 11, Kylie Richards. Hitting fifth and playing center field, number 6, Jackie Lucido. Batting sixth and today's designated player, number 1, Peyton Sear. Hitting seventh and in left field, number 8, Lauren Lowe. Batting eighth and at second base, number 23, Kira Doan. Batting ninth and in right field, number 5, Mackenzie Palmer. In the flex position and catching, number 2, Rachel Christensen. The Vikings are coached by Cheryl Gilmore. She is assisted by Amanda Flores and Carly Richards. And the softball athletic trainer is Haley White. We will now ask that all fans rise if they are able Remove your caps as we salute America with the playing of our national anthem. Let's play ball.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bellingham, Washington, here at Viking Field on the campus of Western Washington University for today's GNAC doubleheader between the Western Washington Vikings and the Concordia Cavaliers. My name is Ben Bagley, your voice of Western softball. Western comes into this game at 25-14 overall, 14-8 in GNAC play. Concordia enters 24-19, also 14-8 in GNAC play. So these two neck and neck in the GNAC, also tied with Western Oregon. Western Oregon just a half game back. And here at Viking Field, it is Senior Day, honoring the seniors for the Vikings, Sharina Labason, McKinley Selevold, Emily Benson, and Kylie Richards. Pitching today for the Vikings will be McKinley Selevold. She came into yesterday with a 2.28 ERA. Yesterday, the Vikings played the Western Oregon Wolves, but after giving up 10 earned runs in the first game, her ERA has jumped to a 2.39. Still a GNAC top 5 effort in ERA. She also leads the GNAC with 137 strikeouts. Catching for her is Rachel Christensen. And leading off for the Cavaliers will be Peyton Willoughby, followed by Mackenzie Smith and Carly Yoshioka. It's a beautiful sunny Saturday up here in the Pacific Northwest as the Vikings get ready to kick off their final homestand of the season. First pitch from Selevold is in there for a strike, and we're underway. Selevold, the senior out there, one of the most prolific pitchers in Western Washington softball history. 0-1 pitch, swung on, fouled off down the third base line. We'll be going into more detail about each of the seniors as the afternoon progresses. But out there in center field, there's a jersey representing each one of the 4 seniors. Selevold, Richards, Labason, and Benson. Here's the 0-2 from Selevold. Swung on and a strikeout to kick off Senior Day. Selevold's the GNAC leader in strikeouts and now has 138 on the year.
Player, number 24, Mackenzie Smith.
Here is Mackenzie Smith, left-handed designated player, batting .331 on the year, 2 home runs and 20 RBI. Tending to an issue out there in left field. Their ball came back onto the field after it was hit foul. And so Lauren Lowe had to go get it. And now the game will resume. Mackenzie Smith batting .331, 8 doubles for her on the year. That ball's in the dirt. So after throwing 3 straight strikes to Peyton Willoughby, first pitch to Mackenzie Smith is a ball. Concordia is 6th in the GNAC in batting average, batting .289 as a team. That ball's in their first strike. Western Washington, for comparison, is 3rd in the GNAC to .310 batting average. Here's the 1-1, swung on and missed. And Selevold's attacking early. And the count moves to 1-2. Here's the 1-2, swung on, hit up, fouled near left field. The count will stay 1-2. Selevold looking for back-to-back punch-outs to kick off the top of the first inning. And that pitch just misses wide. Count moves to 2-2. Selevold looking down. Here's the 2-2. That ball's outside. Count runs full 3-2. So Selevold, one of the most successful players to ever wear a Western softball uniform, has her name at the top of the record books in all kinds of pitching categories. Here's the full count pitch. That ball is rifled right to Kylie Richards. Jumps and makes a great grab out there. The senior shortstop flashing her nifty glove once again. 2 down for the Wolves. 2 down for the Cavaliers.
Carly Yoshioka.
Here is Carly Yoshioka, batting .252 on the year, no homers, 16 RBI. That ball gets the outside half of the plate, called a strike. That ball hit by Mackenzie Smith was hit very hard right to Kylie Richards. That would have gotten past her, likely would have been extra bases. But instead we have 2 outs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That ball's low, 1-1. A 1-1 pitch from Selevold. Inside, 2-1. Selevold in her Western career has the most all-time win. There's another ball hit to Kylie Richards. Richards to Benson. And the Cavaliers go 1-2-3. So headed into the bottom of the first now. The first 4 batters for the Vikings are those 4 seniors: Labason, Selevold, Benson, Kylie Richards. Batting 5th is Jackie Lucido, 6th is Peyton Sear, 7th Lauren Lowe, Kira Doan is 8, and Mackenzie Palmer is batting 9th. Rachel Christensen is catching, but not batting in today's game. The top of the order here for the Vikings, those 4 seniors, have definitely made their mark on this Western program. These 4 seniors set records at the plate and in the circle, and they were instrumental in leading the program to its first NCAA tournament victory back in 2017. in the pregame ceremony honoring the seniors. They were honored as saying there is so much more than wins and losses, home runs, pitching wins, that this group has meant to the program. They have battled adversity with courage, and each have left a lasting legacy on the program.
Junior Sally Bowles, and catching number 27, Mariah Peterson.
Pitching for Concordia today is Sally Bowles, the right-hander, has a 3.07 ERA, a 9-8 win-loss record, and she has struck out 47 batters in 121 innings of work.
Leading off for the Vikings, the third baseman, a senior from Miliani, Hawaii, number 15, Sharina Labasan.
As you can hear, leading off is Sharina Labasan, the third baseman from Maryknoll High School in Mililani, Hawaii. Here's the first pitch to her. Ball's outside, ball one. Labasan first came to the program. She was a highly touted pitcher. She was known for just throwing straight heat. That ball's in there for a strike. She's one of the best two-way players in program history. And she's up near the top of the Western record book in several hitting and pitching categories, and she's batting over 350 in her career. She's also one of the most winningest pitchers in program history. Right now she's a 1-2 count on her. That ball swung on right to first base and scooped up out there by Marissa Stockton.
The pitcher, number 22,
and there's one down.
Cascade High School, McKinley Selevold.
Digging in now, McKinley Selevold, not only one of the best pitchers in Western history, but also a top 5 batter. Selevold on the year is batting .312, 3 home runs, 21 RBI. First pitch in, strike one. A ball hit high down the right field line, but that will go foul. McKinley Selevold, among all of her pitching records, she also ranks 4th all-time in highest slugging percentage. That ball's in the dirt, so the 0-2 moves to 1-2. She ranks 4th highest slugging percentage, 5th in most home runs in a Western career. She has 18. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That swung on, hit deep into left field, but ranging over is Hannah Self, and there's 2 down for the Vikings.
The first baseman, a senior out of West Richland, number 24.
And that will bring up the ever dangerous
Benson.
Emily Benson, senior first baseman, batting an incredible .468 on the year, 14 home runs, 44 RBI. First pitch misses to her, ball one. Benson hit a walk-off home run in game 2 yesterday against Western Oregon. There was a solo shot to right center field. That ball's in the dirt, 2-0. And that home run was what we call a no-doubter. Right off the bat, everybody here at Viking Field knew it was gone. And the Vikings secured the 1-0 victory. There's a ball hit high into foul territory, ranging over to the Concordia bullpen, and that will hit the ground foul. So 2 balls and a strike. Emily Benson, not only statistically the most successful batter in Western Washington history, one of the most impressive batters in GNAC history. As that ball catches the inside of the zone, count moves to 2-2. Here's the 2-2 to Benson. Swung on, right to the second baseman, throw to first in time. The Vikings go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first.
For Western Washington in the bottom of the first inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base.
So for the Cavaliers, in the top of inning number 2, it will be Hannah Self, Marissa Stockton, and Mariah Peterson. Hannah Self is going to lead it off. She's batting .313 on the year, 11 home runs, and 33 RBI. Her 11 home runs are good for second in the GNAC, tied with Anna Williams from Northwest Nazarene, who also has 11. And in first place is, of course, Emily Benson with her 14. Hannah Self, though, yesterday, as Concordia went up to play Simon Fraser. They swept him yesterday in the doubleheader. Hannah Self had 2 home runs, one in each game. Both one was a 3-run shot. Up in Burnaby, British Columbia, Concordia won the first game 8-4, and they won the second game 12-3 against the Clan. So here is Hannah Self, digging in, slugging .670 on the year. Here's the first pitch from Sellevold. Ball is hit into the air, back foul. A lot of Western and Concordia fans out here today on this Saturday, Senior Day. The grassy hill behind home plate, full of fans, hot dogs, dogs, all kinds of people excited to see some GNAC softball. That pitch is high, 1 ball and a strike. In the second game yesterday against Simon Fraser, Hannah Self went 3 for 5 with a 3-run home run. Used the 1-1 count to her. Big swing and a miss there. Sellevold had her guessing on that one. Sellevold's up 1-2. In the first game yesterday, Hannah Self went 3 for 4 with a 3-run homer. So 3 for 4 and 3 for 5. 6 for 9 on the day yesterday. As that ball drifts out of the strike zone, count moves 2-2. Here's the 2-2 to Hannah Self. That one swung on, hit up into the air. Kylie Richards calling for it, drifting right into shallow left field, and she snags it for the first out. So far, every batter for both teams has recorded an out. No hits, no walks, no base runners thus far. But we're only in the second inning. And here is Marissa Stockton. Stockton batting .329, 5 home runs, 21 RBI. Both of those marks are good for second on the team behind Hannah Self. The home plate umpire in today's game is Kenny Mitchell. First base is Shelly Duma. Third base, Joe Mihalik. Here's the 0-1. Ball in the dirt, 1-1. It's a very warm day up here in Bellingham. Game 1 yesterday was overcast. We thought it might rain. Today there's no chance of rain as it's a beautiful day, sun shining, hardly a cloud in the sky. Here's the 1-1 from Sellevold. There's a changeup that Marissa Stockton was way ahead of. She pulls a foul, count moves 1-2. Sellevold looking in, the 1-2 pitch. Late on that one. And fouled off. Count stays 1-2. Selevold, her career high in strikeouts is 12. And that was back in Western's first home game of the year against Montana State University of Billings. This ball's hit into right field. Palmer calls for it. And Palmer has the second out of the inning.
The catcher, number 27, Mariah Peterson.
Mariah Peterson now. The catcher is batting 175 on the year, 4 home runs. So one of the only batters in this Concordia lineup not batting at a near 300 clip. Instead batting down in the 170s. Here's the 1-0 from Selevold. A good pitch, but it misses the inside half of the strike zone. 2-0. Peterson, the junior from Des Moines, Washington, and Mount Rainier High School. She has a 2-0 count. And she takes that one and moves to 3-0. Here's a 3-0 from Selevold. Needs to throw a strike here, and she does. The count moves to 3-1. Selevold, 57 walks allowed on the year, compared to her 137 strikeouts. It's a pretty lopsided ratio in favor of strikeouts, as there's a big swing and a miss. Count runs full, 3-2. It's about 2.5 to 1 strikeouts to walks. Another impressive stat. Selevold has more more walks than she does earned runs. 57 walks, only 54 earned runs in her 159 innings of work. Here's the full count pitch. That ball way high, but swung on it anyways. But it goes foul. And a good at-bat here from Peterson. So the payoff pitch one more time. Out there, called a ball, and the first base runner of the game belongs to the Cavaliers,
The center fielder, Linda.
as Peterson reaches with a walk. So Linda Gear digs in now, batting .299, 1 home run, 21 RBI, as Peterson sits at first base. Ball's rifled in there for a strike. Count is 0-1. Here's the 0-1 from Selevold. That ball is high. Count moves to 1-1. Selevold's career ERA is 2.91. That ball is hit to Lobson at third, throw to Benson in time, and the Cavaliers go down. 1 runner left aboard. That was Peterson who reached on a walk. And the Vikings will take over in the bottom of the second. Kylie Richards, Jackie Lucido, and Peyton Sear to lead it off. So let's put the senior spotlight onto Kylie Richards, the shortstop. She's about to lead it off here in the bottom of the second. Kylie in her Western career has appeared in 118 games, making 90 starts. She enters today's contest batting .282 on her career. She also has 8 career home runs, 37 career RBI. She sports a .906 fielding percentage. Whether it be a diving stop up the middle, or clutch hit with 2 outs, a multi-homer game, or a grand slam, which are all feats that Kylie Richards has accomplished, she's done it all well and has been a crucial part of the Viking infield, anchoring the shortstop position.
A senior from Kamiakin High School, number 11, Kylie.
And digging in for her
Richards.
her first at bat, of her senior day. Here is Kylie Richards batting .316 on the year, 4 home runs, 28 RBI. That ball is high in the zone, big hack. Misses, counts 0-1. That ball way high, way outside. Count moves to 1-1. Ball fouled straight off. Count moves to 1-2. Kylie Richards will have her name in the Western record book in the single season rankings. An obscure stat: most times hit by pitch. She misses that one there for the strikeout. She's tied for 10th for most times hit by a pitch in a single season in Western Washington history. There's an obscure stat for her. She's been hit 5 times this year.
Jackie Lucido.
But Richards goes down on strikes, and here is the junior, Jackie Lucido. Lucido batting .290 on the year, 4 homers, 21 RBI. As this ball is hit into very shallow right field, that's just going to be a pop out to the second baseman, Carly Yoshioka. So 1 pitch out to Jackie Lucido.
Player, a junior from Mount Vernon, number 1.
That out.
1 out in the inning.
Not counting there. Some sort of interference was called by the home plate umpire, Kenny Mitchell. Excuse my pause. I was trying to figure out what exactly was going on there. I believe it must have been some sort of illegal pitch. And there's still just 1 out in the inning. So that pop out from Lucido. Nullified. And the count is 1-1. So just imagine that last ball in play didn't even happen. Here's the 1-1, shows bunt, pulls back. But called a strike, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 to Jackie Lucido. Waited on it and hit the ball down left field, but foul. That was a changeup that Lucido saw. She was tied up for a fastball. You could see her with her little leg kick. Then she had to pause and then hit it, but she still made good contact, but so early on it was fouled down the left field line. That one misses. Count moves 2-2. On deck is Peyton Sear, following her, Lauren Lowe. This ball is hit a mile into the air down left field, and ranging into foul territory is Hannah Self to record the out. In professional baseball, they talk about launch angle quite a bit. The ideal launch angle to hit a home run is about 25 to 30 degrees. That ball, the launch angle is about 50 degrees. That's why it went straight up into the air. A little bit more square contact. That ball might have left this park. However, it's a towering flyout. And here is Peyton Sear. First pitch in for a strike. Peyton Sear is a junior, hitting .347, 4 homers, 23 RBI on the year. She normally bats right behind Emily Benson. This ball's fouled right off. But Kylie Richards is holding onto that 4 spot instead today. So they call catcher's interference here, and Peyton Sear will take first base. So Peyton Sear reaches first base. That will not be counted as a hit, obviously. Catcher's interference. So now with the base runner on first, Lauren Lowe is up to bat. So now a 2-out base runner for the Vikings. This ball is high, 1-0.
Left fielder, Lauren Lowe.
Lauren Lowe's a sophomore, batting .307, 1 homer, 10 RBI. She's filled in the last 9 games for Seli Aholele. Count now 1-1. That ball in near her hands. It's fouled, pulled right towards that Concordia dugout. Count goes to 1-2. Lauren Lowe puts a ball in play. That's hit to the second baseman. This no-handed scoop to the first base is in time. Nifty play by Mackenzie Smith. And the Vikings go down in the second. Our score still 0-0.
Into the third inning. Concordia 0, Western Washington 0.
Headed into the third inning, Chelsea Sly will lead off, followed by Tori O'Neill and Peyton Willoughby for the Cavaliers. So let's put that spotlight of senior day onto the mound. McKinley Silvold out there, .291 career ERA. She's approaching 600 innings pitched in her Western career. And when you look at the record books of Western Washington pitching stats, it's all number 22. Most career wins, most career games started. And even ones like most hits, most runs allowed, most earned runs allowed, those all belong to Silvold as well. But with her career ERA being so low, you know that she's only allowed the most earned runs because she's had the most innings of work. Second in most innings pitched, 591. Fourth most complete games. Fourth most strikeouts.
Number 20, the third baseman, Chelsea Sly.
So McKinley Silvold all over the Western record books. All-time most wins for a Viking. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat to Chelsea Sly. Swung on and missed. Count moves to 0-1. Silvold also second in most appearances. She's making her 110th appearance as a pitcher in this game. That ball just low. Count is 1-1. She's 59-33 in her Western career. Here's the 1-1. That ball hit high in the air. right in foul territory. Labason calls for it. Almost a miscommunication between Labason and Rachel Christensen there in foul territory, but the senior calls off the catcher, and one down for Concordia.
The shortstop, Tori O'Neill.
So here's the 9-hitter, Tori O'Neill, batting .211 on the year, starting her 44th game of the year. No homers, 7 RBI. She takes the first pitch for a ball. Tori O'Neill, senior from Camas, Washington, and Clackamas Community College. Here's the 1-0-2er. Weak swing, but she made some contact. Ball's fouled off. And Silvold has her 1-1. Here's the pitch from Selevold. Fouled off again. Counts 1-2. Selevold also leading the Vikings in whip. Walks and hits per innings pitched, that's 1.34. That ball misses in the dirt, 2-2. Two-two from McKinley Selevold. No base runners here in the top of the third. One gone. That ball's high and the count runs full, 3-2. Here's the full count payoff pitch from Selevold. That ball's hit into center field. Lucido's tracking it, and no problem. And 2 down here in the top of the inning, number 3.
The right fielder, Peyton Willoughby.
McKinley Selevold. She's been equally impressive as a batter in her career. She has 63 career extra base hits, 121 RBI, and a career batting average over .330. So while she's Western's winningest pitcher, she's also one of the best hitters on this roster. She'll go down as one of the best to ever wear the Viking blue. Here's the 1-0 pitch from her. Ball outside, 2-0. Here's a good hitter's count. And now here's the 3-0 pitch. So Peyton Willoughby here at the plate, likely going to take all the way, force Selevold to throw a strike. Willoughby, if she draws a walk, she will be a 2-out base runner. That one is in there for a strike. Count is 3-1. So a great hitter's count now here for Willoughby. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high up into the air. Lucido's coming in, shallow center field. She makes the grab. And the Cavaliers go 1-2-3 in the top of the third. For the Vikings, it'll be Kira Doan, Mackenzie Palmer, and Sharina Labason in the bottom of inning number 3. As we mentioned yesterday, the first Division II West Regional softball rankings were released on Wednesday, April 17th. And Western was ranked number 10. Western Oregon and Central Washington. Western Oregon is ranked 8th, Central Washington ranked 7th, so a couple of GNAC opponents in those rankings as well. Those rankings carry some significance. Right now, Western Washington is 14-8 in GNAC play. They're holding on to that second spot. But they're tied with Concordia, who is also 14-8. For the West Regional Tournament, there are 3 automatic bids, and those bids go to the champions of the GNAC, CCAA, and PAC West. And so there can only be one champion from all 3 of those. And the remaining 5 spots, the at-large bids, are selected based on the rankings of that West Regional poll. So for Western Washington, as they sit number 2 in the GNAC right now, if they do not end up winning the GNAC, they will be relying on their regional ranking to get them an at-large bid into the West Regional Tournament. So very important inter-conference games right here. As Kira Doan has a 1-2 count on her. The team, if a team sweeps here between Concordia, ball hit foul down the first base line. Concordia gets the sweep, or the Vikings get the sweep. They'll be in a good position, making up ground on Central Washington, who is 18-4 in GNAC play. There's the 1-2. That ball hit right to the second baseman, throw to first in plenty of time, and Kira Doan leads off the bottom of the third with a ground out. Western's final 4 games will be at Northwest Nazarene.
Number 5, Mackenzie Palmer.
Northwest Nazarene, 5th in the GNAC, 12-10 overall. With this doubleheader right here, will go a long way in deciding who can nab onto that number 2 spot in the GNAC tournament. Palmer grounds out to the shortstop on the first pitch that you saw, and now we're back to the top of the order. Labason, Selevold, and Benson.
The third baseman, Sharina Labason.
So Sharina Labason, the senior third baseman, she popped out first time, grounded out to the first baseman her first time around. Here's a ball that she grounds out to the pitcher on the first pitch she sees. And the Vikings go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the third. All 3 were ground out, one to the second baseman, one to the shortstop, one to the first baseman. And headed into the 4th, Mackenzie Smith, Carly Yoshioka, and Hannah Self for the Cavaliers. So Concordia, both the most selective and least selective batting team in the GNAC. What I mean by that is that they lead the GNAC in walks drawn, I should say. However, they also lead the GNAC in strikeouts. So a great team at choosing their pitch and drawing a lot of walks, but also a team that struggles with swinging at everything, no strikeouts. Leading off for Concordia is Mackenzie Smith. She lined out to Kylie Richards her first time. Here's the first pitch from Selevold in the top of inning number 4. Good breaking pitch, and there for strike number 1. I was trying to find those stats for Concordia. They're first in the GNAC in walks, 135, and first in the GNAC in strikeouts, 183. That 0-1 is high. 1-1 the count. Another interesting little statistic here. Western, in the bottom of the 3rd inning, they grounded out 3 times. They're first in the GNAC in groundouts. They now have 328 on the year. There's a stat for everything. Selevold now has the count 2-1 on Mackenzie Smith. Smith, the senior from Victoria, British Columbia, and Lambrick Academy. That ball misses. 3-1 count. From Selevold. That ball hit hard and deep into left field. Can't make the catch is Lauren Lowe, but that ball did not clear the fence. A couple more feet and it would have been a home run. Lauren Lowen crashing into the fence. And it's a leadoff double for Mackenzie Smith.
The second baseman, Carly Yoshioka.
That ball was hit very deep and very hard. A little bit more power on it definitely would have been the first run of the afternoon. So Mackenzie Smith out there on second. She's going to get a pinch runner. That will be number 9, Abby Dalton. Abby Dalton, the freshman from Princeville, Oregon, and Crook County High School. She's an outfielder. And pinch running out there at second base. First pitch is a bunt attempt. Benson fields it to throw to Doan in time. But Abby Dalton advances to third base. So sacrifice bunt there from Carly Yoshioka. And here is Hannah Self. Team leader in home runs and RBI. 11 homers. And 33 RBI. First pitch is in there. Strike 1. Abby Dalton, who's the pinch runner, has 5 stolen bases on the year. She sits at third base. This ball is hit hard into center field, but caught by Lucido. Tagging is Dalton, and she will be the first run of the afternoon. So Hannah Self, the sac fly, and an RBI. 2 out. And here is Marissa Stockton.
The first baseman, Marissa Stockton.
Stockton batting .329 on the year, 5 homers for her, 21 RBI. This ball is hit, hammered back into left field. That ball got out of here in a hurry, and that's the 6th home run on the year for Marissa Stockton. Absolutely uncorked that ball. Hit it hard and deep. And now the Cavaliers lead 2-0. That was a no-doubter home run itself. That ball was absolutely blasted back into left field. So her 6th home run on the year. That ties her for 10th in the GNAC. And now trailing 2-0. Sillevold is pitching to Mariah Peterson. First pitch fouled off. And now the count is 0-1. Ball misses inside, 1-1. That was Concordia's 27th home run on the year as a team. Here's the 1-1 from Sillevold. That one too low. Count moves 2-1. Mariah Peterson reached on a walk back in the second inning. And she hits this ball straight up into the air, ranging over Iz Labason near the Western dugout. But she has room to make the catch. And the Cavaliers scored 2 in the top of the 4th. Mackenzie Smith with the leadoff double, later scored by a Hannah self-sack fly. And then Marissa Stockton showing off the power, hitting a home run to left field. Vikings trail 2-0. It'll be senior leading off in the bottom of the 4th. Sillevold, Emily Benson, and Kylie Richards. Benson, as we discussed earlier, Sillevold, as we discussed earlier. Prolific hitter as well as a batter. Prolific hitter as well as a pitcher. Hitter and batter mean the same thing. Her batting stats of her career, she's a .333 hitter, 8 home runs, 121 RBI for the pitcher. 275 total bases for McKinley Sillevold. She will lead us off here in the bottom of inning number 4. She flew out to left field her first time.
Leading off for the Vikings, the pitcher, number 22, McKinley Sillevold.
Sillevold, number 22. Behind home plate, written in that white paint, are the numbers 22, 11, 15, and 24, which are representative of the numbers of the 4 seniors being honored here this afternoon. 22, McKinley Sillevold digs in. First pitch, hit right back to second base, throw to first in time. And the GNAC team leaders that ball, I believe they're calling another interference on the pitcher. And that will not be counted as an out. A 1-0 count, no outs to McKinley Sillevold. So you delete that ground out that you just saw from your mind. Sillevold is still digging at the plate. Bit of a confusion out here at Viking Field. There's been twice now. The home plate umpire, Kenny Mitchell, has allowed a batter to re-hit after grounding out. Sillevold takes strike 1, 1-1 count. And the 1-1 is hit to the shortstop to first base in time, and that time Sillevold is down on a ground out, 6-3. And so the GNAC leaders in ground outs record another
The
one.
first baseman, number 24, Emily Benson.
And here is first baseman Emily Benson. Emily Benson, one senior we haven't highlighted yet today. And what more is there to say? The best offensive player in Western Washington history, and one of the best in GNAC history. She takes ball 1. In the pregame ceremony, Benson was honored. The write-up said, in the 27 years of WW softball, there has not been a better offensive player than Emily, and there may never be again. The West Richland native has hit for power, average, and has been an on-base machine. She has 45 career home runs, over 200 hits, and 80 extra base hits. This ball is hit to shortstop to first in time. Benson rounds out. Emily Benson, however, 182 career games played. A Western softball legend.
Shortstop, number 11, Kylie Richards.
Digging in for her second time, Kylie Richards. She struck out her first time. First pitch into Richards is high. 1-0 count. Western's last 6 outs have all been groundouts. Here's the 1-0. Misses, 2-0. Western in the bottom of the 4th here without a hit. The only base runner has been Peyton Sear, who reached in the 2nd inning on a catcher's interference. Here's the 2-0 in the dirt, 3-0. Pitch, likely not going to swing. I take that back, and she hits a ball deep into left field. That one's over the fence. Kylie Richards on her senior day has a home run. Right as I said she might not swing, she says, I'm going to swing, not only just swing, I'm going to hit this one over the fence. Her 5th home run on the year. Kylie Richards mobbed by her teammates at home plate. And the Vikings get one back, 2-1. 2-1 our score. Normally in those 3-0 counts, we see batters take a pitch, not swing at it, to try and draw a walk. Kylie Richards in a 3-0 count there. She had no mindset to take a pitch. She loved the one she saw, and she deposited it over the left field wall. Her 9th home run in her wonderful Western career. And here is Jackie Lucido. Lucido flew out to left field her first time. And she takes ball number 1. So a home run for each team in the 4th inning. The home runs, each one was hit as this ball is hit into left field. Caught out there by Hannah Self to end the inning.
Vikings in the 4th inning, 1 run on 1 long hit, no errors and no runners left.
As I was saying,
we go to the 5th inning. Concordia 2,
the home run for
Western
each team
Washington 1.
was hit with 2 outs. So 2 outs in the top of the 4th, homer from Marissa Stockton, 2 out, bottom of the 4th, homer for Kylie Richards. And our score is 2-1. It will be Linda Gearer, Chelsea Sly, and Tori O'Neill, 7-8-9 for the Cavaliers in the top of the 5th. So up until that home run by Kylie Richards, the Vikings had not had a hit. Sally Bowles had held the Vikings to no hits, and then one very long hit put the Vikings on the scoreboard.
Defending for Concordia, the center fielder, Linda Jarir.
So Linda Jarir here. She grounded out her first time. Jarir hitting .299 on the year, 1 homer, 21 RBI. .379 on base percentage and leads the team in stolen bases with 6. First pitch from Selevold. This ball is hit into the air. Lauren Lowe makes the catch. Was running all the way in. Makes the snag out there, and there's one down.
The third baseman, Chelsea Sly.
Here is Chelsea Sly, third baseman wearing number 20. She fouled out to Lavason at third base her first time around. So she shows bunt. She pulls back and the ball inside. No offer. But it's a strike, 0-1. Sly shows bunt again, pulls back again. There's a breaking pitch, doesn't break. Selevold out there laughs it off, says, my bad. That pitch had no chance of getting into the strike zone. When pitchers in softball, when the ball goes high like that, it's because they release it too late. And that underhand motion, if they release it early, it's likely to go lower in the zone as this ball is hit straight up into the air behind home plate into the student section. Right here on the grassy hill. When they release the ball too late, that underhand motion, the ball goes high. When they release it too early, the ball goes low. So they want to find that perfect sweet spot of when to release. As that one was a pretty good release right there. Selevold got that ball exactly where she wanted it. Fooled Sly for the second strikeout of the game for Selevold.
The shortstop, Tori O'Neill.
So now Tori O'Neill digging in. She flew out to center her first time around. Digging in here with 2 outs. First pitch fouled off. O'Neill with 15 hits on the year. 4 of those have been doubles. She also has 12 stolen bases. That ball misses. It's after the foul ball and the ball outside. The count is 1-1. So here's the 1-1 from Selevold. Ball catches the inside part of the zone. Count moves to 1-2. And Selevold here can record back-to-back punch-outs to end this top of the 5th. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit right back to Selevold. Selevold to Benson. And the Cavaliers go 1-2-3 in the top of the inning number 5. For the Vikings, it will be Peyton Sear, Lauren Lowe, and Kira Doan in the bottom of the 5th, facing Sally Bowles out on the mound. Vikings in a bit of a scoring slump. In their last 4 games, they scored 1 run, 2 runs, 1 run, 1 run, and here today, just 1 run. So a team that started off the year extremely efficient offensively. They've really slowed down here in these last 5 games, including this one. However, they still sit 3rd in the GNAC in runs scored with 225 on the year. Concordia has
Leading
scored
off the bottom of the fifth for the
218.
Vikings, the designated player, number 1, Peyton Sear.
So Peyton Sear digging in. The junior batting 347, excuse me. Starting her 39th game of the year. Ball is too high. Ball 1. Sear is a power hitter in this Viking lineup, usually the number 4 hitter. And she's hit 4 home runs, but of those home runs she's hit, she doesn't only hit them, she's demolished them. When Peyton Sear hits a home run, everybody knows it. Usually high, flying, towering balls hit way over the fence. Right now she has a 1-1 count. Hits that ball, foul. Count is 1-2. One-two count to Peyton Sear. Ball outside, good eye, 2-2. Peyton Sear slugging .525. That's good for second on the Vikings. Slugging percentage is total bases per at-bat. As that ball is hit right to the first baseman. And the first out of the inning is a ground out to first.
The left fielder, number 8,
Lauren Lowe now digging in. She had a nifty catch up in the top of the fifth. She charged it and made the snag out there in left field. She's digging in now after grounding out to second her first time around. First pitch to her is right down the middle. That's a strike. So now the 0-1 count to Lauren Lowe. That pitch runs in and hit her. So Lauren Lowe will take first base. The 11th hit batter by Sally Bowles this year.
The second baseman, number 23.
The second time that Lauren Lowe's been hit by a pitch. So now runner on first. One down. Kira Doan digging in. She also grounded out her first time around. This ball is bunted but thrown out at first, advancing Lauren Lowe to second base on the sacrifice. So 2 down now for Mackenzie Palmer. Mackenzie Palmer, the right fielder, starting her 38th game out there in right field. Sophomore batting .261. It looks like that's actually going to be a pinch hitter here. It is going to be number 44, Brooke Fesenbeck.
Number 44, out of Olympia, Washington, Brooke Fesenbeck.
Fesenbeck, the freshman out of Olympia, Washington. Plays third base when she's playing the field, otherwise specializes as a pinch hitter. She's usually the first pinch hitter chosen by head coach Cheryl Gilmore. Pinch hitting here for Mackenzie Palmer. 2 outs. Big swing and a miss. Brooke Fesenbeck, back on April 9th when the Vikings played Simon Fraser here in Bellingham, Washington. Fesenbeck, in game 1, hit a pinch hit walk-off single, and in game 2, nearly hit another pinch hit walk-off single. This ball is hit into right field, and there's a pinch hit fly out. And Vikings, in the bottom of the 5th, score no runs, and Lauren Lowe is stranded out there on second base. Mackenzie Palmer is re-entering the game at right field. And with just 2 innings to play, Cavaliers lead 2-1. It'll be the top of the order for Concordia: Peyton Willoughby, Mackenzie Smith, and Carly Yoshioka. Just 1 hit between those 3 batters. That was Mackenzie Smith back in the 4th inning. She hit a double and later scored on the Hannah Self sac fly. So if this score holds up and Concordia ends up taking game 1 here, they will move into 2nd place in the GNAC, and Western will fall to 3rd place, just a half game ahead of Western Oregon.
I don't know. We didn't get a score. Huh? We didn't get a scoring.
If Western ends up scoring some runs here in the bottom of the 6th or the bottom of the 7th, they will maintain control over the 2nd spot in the GNAC, and will set up a very interesting game number 2 of this doubleheader. Starting off the 6th inning with a ball to Peyton Willoughby. Willoughby, the right fielder, wearing number 5. Western's right fielder, Mackenzie Palmer, also wears number 5. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swung on, and that ball is hit to right field, and Palmer makes the grab, 1 down. So number 5, the right fielder, hits the ball to number 5, the right fielder, for out number 1. Here is Mackenzie Smith, who had that double back in the 5th, came around to score. Smith, the designated player in today's game, batting .331 on the year. That ball dips low. 1 ball, no strikes to start the at-bat. Second pitch in there for a strike, paints the outer half of the zone. With 1 out, no runners on, count is 1-1. Mackenzie Smith. She's not a designated player, she's a left-handed pitcher. 6'2" senior out of Victoria, British Columbia. There's a pitch that misses. Western fans disagreeing with the call. Seems to be right in the same spot as that last pitch on the outer half of the zone, but it misses and the count moves 2-1. That ball nowhere near the plate and the count moves 3-1. Mackenzie Smith, the tallest player on this Concordia roster, 6'2". The only other player over 6 foot is Kate Meredith, the freshman from Maple Ridge, British Columbia. Here's the 3-1 pitch, swung on, hit right to Benson at first. And it seems to be a game of numbers here, as number 24, Mackenzie Smith, just grounded out to number 24, Emily Benson. Right before that, number 5 flew out to number 5. Won't happen here, though, as Carly Yoshioka is number 12. Western does not have a number 12 on their roster. First pitch misses high and outside from Selevold. Carly Yoshioka grounded out in a sacrifice bunt in her 2 plate appearances. Big swing and a miss. Selevold had Yoshioka fooled on that one. And the 1-1 count. This ball fouled off. And aside from the fourth inning, that saw Mackenzie Smith lead off with a double, and Marissa Stockton hit a solo home run, Selevold has been nearly unhittable out there on the mound. Only 2 runs allowed for her, and those 2 runs, as that ball is hit into left field for a single. 2 runs allowed, and those 2 runs before that one came off of the only 2 hits. So that was just the 3rd hit of the game for the Cavaliers, a single from Carly Yoshioka. And it brings up the power hitting Hannah Self. Self, 11 homers, 33 RBI for her on the year. She's coming off back-to-back games with a 3-run home run as Yoshioka safely steals second for her 4th stolen base on the year. Here is Hannah Self. 1 ball, no strikes. Check swing, called a strike. With 2 down, runner on second base, it's a 1-1 count. That ball is hit to Labason off tip of her glove. Yoshioka is gonna be able to reach home. Hannah Self gonna reach on the error by Labason. And the Cavaliers now lead at 3-0. So 3 hits and 3 runs, excuse me. For the Cavaliers. The umpires are meeting right now to discuss, I believe, if that ball was foul or not. It was definitely near the third base line. But they're going to say that was a fair ball when it was fielded by Labason. It was an error on her. And that allowed Carly Yoshioka to score, and now Hannah Self is sitting out there on second base. Digging in, Marissa Stockton, back in the 4th inning, had a solo home run to left center field. Another RBI opportunity right here. First pitch to her is a strike. And that one's low. It's a ball. So Selevold here trying to get out of this inning, limiting any more damage, as Western already has a comeback necessary on their hands. They're down 2 runs, and they only have 2 half innings to work with. Here's the 1-1 count. Swung on, hit hard down the first base line. Fan out there in the bleachers almost made a nice little snag. But with that foul ball, the count moves to 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Selevold. Big swing and a miss, ball in the dirt. Had to make a throw down to first, but they do it in time. Home plate umpire calls it a foul ball, however, so what would have been an inning-ending strikeout. Home plate umpire Kenny Mitchell determined that she made a little bit of contact with the ball, and it's called a foul ball. So still a 1-2 count to Marissa Stockton. That ball is outside. 2-2 now with 2 outs and a runner on second base. 2-2 pitch from McKinley Selevold. That ball also fouled off straight back. Count will remain 2-2. A very sunny, bright spring day up here in Bellingham. As Selevold delivers the 2-2 pitch once again. This one's swung on, snagged by Kylie Richards. Runner will reach first, however. Throw to third, almost snagged Hannah Self right there. But a nice stop by Richards there. Prevented a run scoring, but Marissa Stockton is in with a single. Selevold really just trying to get out of the inning at this point. And now she faces Mariah Peterson. Runners at the corners. Runners at the corners for Concordia. The other day, I was tuning into a professional baseball game and this situation came up. It was the Los Angeles Dodgers playing the Milwaukee Brewers. The announcer Joe Davis said that the Brewers had the Dodgers cornered when there were runners on the corners. A nice little play on words there. And so here, up 3-1, 2 outs, runners on first and third. Concordia has Selevold cornered. 2-0 count to Mariah Peterson. That ball is hit to Richards again. Can't get there that time, and that's going to score the 4th run of the day for Concordia. Another single, back-to-back singles now. 4 straight runners have reached.
Number 18.
Hannah Self scores that one. Marissa Stockton advances to second base. Mariah Peterson on first. Linda Drewinger now, she's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. Looking to continue this 2-out rally. The first 2 batters of the inning, top of the order, Willoughby and Smith, recorded 2 outs, and since then it's been 4 straight base runners and 2 scored runs. Right now, the 0-1 to Linda Drewinger. That ball is hit right back to Selevold. Throw to Benson in time. But Concordia adds 2 in the top of the 6th. Headed into the bottom, the score is 4-1.
6 innings, 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 runners were left on base.
Concordia with 3 hits with 2 outs there. They bat as a team .263 with 2 outs. So in that top of the 6th, 2-out rally, doubled their score. Another interesting statistic, that was Concordia's 79th and 80th RBI on the year with 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning now. It will be the top of the order for the Vikings. Labason, Selevold, and Emily Benson. 3 seniors, all hitless in today's game. Top of the order looking to start a late rally here for the Vikings in this crucial GNAC game late in the season. Labason, ground out to first, and a ground out to the pitcher, her 2 times today. First pitch in there for a called strike looking. Whole lot of people out here for senior day on a beautiful day in Bellingham, Washington, as that ball is popped out right to second base, 1 down. free hot dogs out here.
The pitcher, number
For all
22,
the fans.
McKinley Silvold.
And McKinley Silvold is going to dig in once again, 0 for 2 today. First pitch she sees is a strike. This has been a great day on the mound for Sally Bowles. Only allowed 1 hit, and that 1 hit was a home run to Kylie Richards. As this ball is hit hard by Silvold, but caught out there in center field by Linda Jarier. 2 down now for the Vikings.
The first baseman, number 24,
Digging in.
Emily Benson.
A great hitter to say the least, Emily Benson. First baseman. Second in the GNAC, batting .468 on the year. Leads the GNAC, 14 home runs, 44 RBI, a .963 slugging percentage, and a .577 on base percentage. First pitch misses for a ball. Emily is used to seeing pitches outside of the strike zone. She's been walked 29 times on the year. And 2 balls in this count. Very typical count to Emily Benson. Pitchers often don't throw her pitches that she can hit because she might just do that, hit it a long way, and that'll get down. Emily Benson in for a double. It looked like it might be caught out there by the right fielder Peyton Willoughby, but she loses track of it. Gets down at the fence. And Emily Benson's in there with a 2-out double.
Kylie Richards.
That will bring in Kylie Richards. Kylie Richards 1 for 2 today with a home run back in inning number 4. And Richards now has a 5-game hit streak. 5-game hit streak. 7 hits, or 7 games with a hit in her last 8. She's hit by pitch there. And now with 2 outs, the runners have 2 runners on. Second hit by pitch of the day by, Sally Bowles, the pitcher.
Jackie Lucido.
First time it was Lauren Lowe, and here is Jackie Lucido. Western is hitting .315 this year with 2 outs. And Lucido will be looking for a hit here to begin Western's comeback with this 3-run deficit in the bottom of the 6th. Meeting by Concordia on the mound. And we're ready to resume play here with Jackie Lucido digging in. Jackie Lucido wearing number 6, playing center field. Junior batting .290 on the year. 4 homers, 21 RBI. First pitch, that's hit in the air right to the shortstop, and it's a 1-pitch out from Lucido. An anticlimactic end to the bottom of the 6th.
For the Vikings in the bottom of the 6th inning, there are no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base.
Going into the top of the 7th now will be Chelsea Sly, Tori O'Neill, and back to the top of the order with Peyton Willoughby. Silvold will remain out on the mound, should be looking to prevent any more runs from scoring in the top of the 7th and leave the Vikings with a 3-run deficit that they will have to overcome if they want a chance of taking game number 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Silvold was pitching well up until that 6th inning, where 4 base runners came to fruition with 2 outs. She gave up 2 runs in the 4th, 2 runs in the 6th. However, only 3 earned runs, as one of those scored off of a Sharina Lavason error at third base.
Chelsea Sly fouled out to third base and struck out her 2 times up. As Concordia will look to add even more insurance runs here in the top of the 7th.
Pinch hitting for Concordia and leading off the 7th inning, number 17, Courtney Summers.
So pinch hitting here in place of Chelsea Sly is number 17, Courtney Summers. Summers usually is a catcher. 5'8" senior from Victoria, British Columbia, and Lambert Academy. High school teammates with designated player Mackenzie Smith. 1-0 count to her. This ball is hit high up into the air. Emily Benson's tracking it in foul territory, and she makes the grab. Running into Rachel Christensen, saying her apologies, and there's 1 down. Here in the top of inning number 7. That will bring up Tori O'Neill. O'Neill also 0 for 2 today. Fly out and a ground out. And her 2 plates to the trip. 2 trips to the plate, excuse me. This will actually also be a pinch hitter, so it will not be Tori O'Neill. It'll be Elena Cook. Elena Cook, normally an outfielder. Wearing number 2, she's a junior. From Boise, Idaho. Boise High School, and a transfer from Portland State University. First pitch to her is in there for strike number 1. Elena Cook batting just 0.071 on the year. That ball is way high in the zone. She swings anyways. Count is 0-2. Just 1 hit for Cook on the year and 14 at-bats. However, that hit was an RBI double. Here's the 0-2 from Selevold. That ball is hit to Richards at short. Richards can't field it cleanly. An error on the shortstop, and Elena Cook reaches first base. Now back to the top of the order. Let's see if we have another pinch hitter. We do not. It will be number 5, Peyton Willoughby. But we will have a pinch runner. Number 6 is the pinch runner, Tori O'Neill. So Tori O'Neill had Elena Cook hit for her. Cook reached base, and now O'Neill is back in as the runner at first base. Number 20, Chelsea Sly, also re-entered the game. Peyton Willoughby 0 for 3 today, strikeout and 2 flyouts, batting .330 on the year. 1 homer, 13 RBI. The runner on first after the error by Kylie Richards. First 2 pitches miss. Count is 2-0 to Willoughby. Pitch, big swing and a miss. The steal attempt at second. Great throw by Rachel Christensen. Guns down Tori O'Neill. And there's 2 down now here in the top of inning number 7. Rachel Christensen, a great defensive catcher. Guns down O'Neill. Now there's 2 down. So here's the 2-1 from Selevold. That's called a strike. Strike 2. Home plate umpire Kenny Mitchell gave that a very emphatic strike 3 call. He got 1 strike ahead of himself. Realized it was strike 2, apologized. And here we are, 2-2 count with 2 out. That ball in the dirt. Full count, 3-2. Here's the 3-2 once again. Hit on the ground to Doan at second. Doan to Benson in time. No run score for the Cavaliers in the top of inning number 7. So headed into the bottom of the 7th. Vikings will need 3 runs to tie, 4 to win, and a walk-off. It will be Peyton Sear, Lauren Lowe, and Kira Doan. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Western Washington. Sear 0 for 1 today. She also reached on a catcher's interference. Lauren Lowe 0 for 1 today, but she reached on a hit by pitch. Kira Doan 0 for 1 today, and she had a sacrifice bunt. So a great pitching performance so far by Sally Bowles. Just 1 strikeout, but she's only allowed 2 hits, a double and a home run.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Vikings, number 1, Peyton Sear.
And so it will be the junior, Peyton Sear. Bowles has been a tough egg to crack out there. Her ERA now is below 3. But it will be Sear, Lowe, and Doan looking to start 7th inning rally here for the Vikings. First pitch, hit on a line, back, and that's gone! Home run by Peyton Sear. How about that to start a rally? First pitch she saw in the top of the 7th. Smacked it over the right field fence. That ball got out of here in a hurry. Mobbed by her teammates at the plate. And the Vikings now trail 4-2. That was the first pitch that Peyton Sear saw, and she got all of that one. A line drive home run. One of the hardest hit balls we've seen today. Now all of a sudden, with 0 outs, Vikings down 2. And Lauren Lowe digs in. So 5 home runs now for Peyton Sear on the year. 24 RBI. And here is Lauren Lowe. Lauren Lowe batting .307, the sophomore left-handed left fielder. That ball hit to second base, second to first in time, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the inning number 7. So 8 and 9 batters here, Doan and Palmer.
The second baseman, number 23, Kira Doan.
Doan and Palmer, sophomore, both lefties. Vikings' first 5 batters are all lefties. And then their next 4, and Rachel Christensen, who doesn't bat, are all lefties. 1 through 5 are righties. I believe I said lefties. So 5 righties and then 5 lefties for this Viking squad. First pitch is a ball. Pitch number 2 hit right back to the pitcher. Pitcher to first. And there's now 2 down. So Vikings down to their final out. Mackenzie Palmer.
The right fielder, Mackenzie Palmer.
Palmer had Brooke Fesenbeck hit for her last time around. Only 1 out to work with, down 2. Palmer will look to get aboard and bring up Sharina Lobson. First pitch misses, ball number 1. Shows bunt but pulls back as that ball doesn't make it into the strike zone. It's a good hitter's count, 2-0. So drawing a walk here would be just as good as getting a hit. Palmer needs to focus on just being a base runner, but this one's grounded to second, second to first. She bobbled it at first, and Palmer is a base runner. This game was all but over, but bobbled by the first baseman, Marissa Stockton. Good hustle by Mackenzie Palmer. And on the error by the first baseman, Vikings have a 2-out base runner. The fielders for Concordia were already beginning to walk off the field as they had already counted that one as an out in their head. And the miscommunication between Yoshioka at second and Stockton at first. That ball was not fielded. Palmer reaches, and now here we go, top of the inning. Labason, Zelevold, and Benson due up. The fantastic 4 seniors ready to hit with 2 outs. First pitch in there, first strike. Labason represents the tying run. Zelevold, who's on deck, represents the go-ahead run. 0-1. That ball way outside, 1-1. Labason 0 for 3 today. That ball is low, 2-1. So same situation for Palmer. A hit is not necessary. However, it is necessary to get on base. This ball is hit in the air right to center field. That is caught out there by Linda Jarier. And that'll do it for game number 1. Concordia takes game number 1, 4-2. Home run for Marissa Stockton.
1 error, 1 runner left on base. Concordia wins the first game of today's doubleheader, 4-2.
And after game number 1, Concordia advances to 25-19, 15-8 in GNAC play. Western Washington falls to 25-15, 14-9 in GNAC play. Concordia now sits at number 2 in the GNAC. Western falls to number 3. And we'll be back in about half an hour for game number 2 for Western softball. My name is Ben Bagley. Thanks for tuning in to game number 1. We'll see you soon.